Hi, welcome back. This is a pick a card reading for his message for you, what he wants you to know, where his feelings are at right at this time of the reading. So take a moment. We've got the little diamante elephant on the left, diamante ring in the middle, and clear quartz on the third pile. So take a moment, pick your pile, and we will start. Okay, legacy. Can you see that? Legacy, kingdom, destiny point. Please give me some space and time. My love is only for you. Okay, so this is a man that is contemplating or considering what his legacy will be. Legacy is like the Ten of Pentacles, where you create something, you establish something, so then you can, after you die, you've got something people remember you by and know you by. And so for men, this is really important for them to build some kind of legacy. For some men, it's their family. For some men, it's their work. So for some people, this is a really important consideration. And kingdom really kind of encapsulates the whole essence of what that is. So they really want to, like, kingdom to me sort of has the same resonance to the word empire. You know, it's like this man is really thinking big. He's thinking about really creating something large for himself in his legacy moving forward. Now, it could be his career, it could be his own business, it could be a company, a corporation. For family, it could be having a family, you know, big home, all that kind of stuff. So this man is really considering what he wants to create and how he wants to create it. And with regards to you, that's where you come in with the destiny point. And I would say this man's considering, or he's at a crossroad about what he wants to do regarding you, and if you fit into his vision of the life and the future that he wants to create. So it does sound a little bit clinical, but the feeling I get is this man's thinking quite logically and rationally. He's not really going to put too much of his heart into it at the moment. I'm not really getting that sense that he's, you know, feeling deeply about this process about his life and where he wants to go, because he is going to think more laterally about, who do I see in my future? Do I see this person fitting into the future dream I have for myself? So it will depend on their kind of vision that they're wanting, whether it's business, can you be their business partner and support them in their, you know, in that way, or if it's family, he's going to be looking at you thinking, can I see this woman caring for my family and raising children, etc., etc. So this is a really big time of reflection for this man, and he's facing a choice regarding you and him. So please give me some space and time. My love is only for you. So it's very likely that you are the one he will, you know, choose and want to be with, but he still needs that time to explore that thought and feeling for himself. I pause at the thought because, like, for men, you know, they need that distance to process their feelings. So for right now, this man needs a bit more time. He needs a bit more space, thinking about where you're going to fit into his future, and if he sees you in that future. The fact that the card My Love is only for you showed up would say that, look, it's likely it's going to be you. But I would say if you're not together or you haven't heard from him, I think this is what's going on an unconscious level for him. And so it's really important, if you can, to just give him that space. But I think he wants you to know that he's thinking about the future, and he just wants you to, I don't want to say be patient, but just to give him a bit more space and time. So pile number 1, I hope that gave you some clarity and some awareness. We'll move on to pile 2, which is the diamante ring. Okay, sleeping beast, unlimited self. Okay, oh. Closeness. I fantasize about us together. I'm coming back to you. Okay, so the feeling I get is, I'm just gonna have to, the feeling I get is this man has not come into his full potential yet. Sleeping beast is when we are sort of still half asleep in our life and in our journey, and we're trying to get ourselves together, but we're still not quite making that happen. You know, we're not quite the person we want to be, but we know we're not who we should be. It's all a little bit like that card's closeness. It's all a little bit this man is still finding himself, but the sleeping beast says that he's still unconscious, he's still unaware, he's still yet to awaken, to tap into his unlimited self, to have that awakening, to have that breakthrough, to have the epiphany and that clarity of who he is. And for some people it takes layers over time to awaken. And some people do just have a life-changing moment where they just wake and they're like, oh my God, there's so much more to life for me. You know, what am I doing? So it's really not, I was going to say a conscious thing, but when we are unaware, unconscious, and still sleeping, it can be hard to find our truth in that. So without getting sort of too in-depth, those two rising masculine cards are about, in a very genuine, compassionate way, this man is still not yet awoken to his true self. He hasn't realized that there is more to him than who he is, that he can be so much more. The closeness card is really, my feeling with that is that his relationship to you, you know, he feels close to you, but I feel like if you're really wanting that depth from this man, that deep, deep love, I don't feel you're going to get it from him at this point, because he's still unconscious, he's not going to be able to provide you anything deeper. So it's almost like the level of consciousness that he's at is what he can give you. So again, it doesn't minimize the connection that you have, it just reinforces the awareness in you to not expect too much from him. Like if you want deep, you know, profound love with him, I don't really get the feeling you're going to get that from this man. I'm not even sure if it'd be worth waiting, because it could take time for him to awaken into his true self, and we don't know how long that is. Every person finds their awakening, their truth, their clarity in, you know, there's no limited time on that. So I think that's something for you to intuitively, you know, feel. Now the cards at the bottom are, I'm coming back to you, I fantasize about us together. I think this man does really want to be with you and enjoys the closeness that he has with you. I feel like you give him something that he's still searching for. So the closeness that he has by being connected to you and loving you, I feel like it gives him a sense of like, okay, this is what it's meant to feel like. It's meant to feel good and close and safe, which is why I feel like he's coming back to you. So if you guys are disconnected, this person will return. I think he does think about the two of you being together. You could have a relationship with him. For some of you, I don't think you're going to get much more depth from him until he fully explores his, you know, spiritual awareness and awakening. And as I said, you know, everyone listening to this is going to be in such a different scenario. So it's going to depend on, you know, your situation, relationship. But I think for some, it's going to be, I want to say, careful to wait for the person to awaken, because it could be who knows how long. But if you relatively understand who he is and you understand the connection and you know that what he's giving you is the best he can, that's okay for you for now, then that's fine. But this person is returning to you. They're going to return to the connection. They feel safe with you. So I think this is a good energy. Again, depends on where you are with yourself and your journey and what you're needing. So I hope this has given you a little bit of clarity about where you are and what he wants you to know. And consider that for your love situation. All right, so moving on to pile 3 is the crystal quartz, clear crystal. Sorry. Retreat, brotherhood, okay, choice. I'm not ready. I'm unsure what I want. Okay, so yes, in a nutshell, it's kind of straightforward. Brotherhood is exactly that. The brothers, the gang, the guys, being with his male peers, whatever age. This to me in a collective is saying he's retreated from any love situation right now. He's hanging with the guys, he's hanging with the boys. He wants to be around that masculine male energy. He wants to build his energy status. I'm trying to think of the word, like, because it's going to be varied for so many different people, but brotherhood represents being with friends, brothers, men, where he can feel like one of the boys, and for some reason that's going to make him feel safe in that retreat. So by retreating back into that group or that company is giving him a sense of comfort and a little bit of peace, and it's safe for him. So maybe he's a very masculine guy, or he feels safer in the male company or group at this time. Choice is, I would say, that this is part of what he's choosing. He's choosing to pull away. He's choosing to retreat. And then I've got, I'm not ready and I'm unsure what I want. So this is all part of him. I would say it's all temporary, but this is all part of him just pulling away and having some time because he's not ready. And the choice here is like, you know, between his head and his heart. And I would say he hasn't quite found that clarity, what his head wants and what his heart wants with regards to you. So this could still be something about his retreat and pulling away. So I think sometimes it's important not to take this stuff personally. His message to you is, I can't decide and I don't know what I want. That doesn't mean it's a no. It doesn't mean never. It just means at this time he's choosing to be with the boys, and this is what's making him feel more comfortable right now. And, you know, kind of just be at peace with that and kind of let him find himself. And it's more than likely you'll get clarity from him shortly. But at this time, his message is he's just pulling back and not sure what he wants to do. So that was a little short of this message, but look, you know, take how it speaks to you, relate it to your situation. Everyone's situation is different, and you know, things are always changing. So I hope this message gave you some clarity and some insight. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.